Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive, kind of invisible technological shift happening right now in Indian healthcare. We're going to look at how a company called AlphaX Solutions is literally revolutionizing the day-to-day operations of private clinics by putting their bookings on autopilot. If you've ever banged your head against the wall trying to figure out how to fix operational headaches or how to actually capture all those patients trying to reach you after hours, this is absolutely going to be right up your alley. Okay, let's just dive right in with a pretty jarring statistic. 28%. Across India, an average of 28% of clinic appointments just vanish as no-shows. I mean, think about what that means for a minute. That's more than a quarter of your scheduled time gone. You're sitting there, prepped, ready to go, waiting for a patient who is just never going to walk through the door. And when you connect that invisible 28% no-show rate to all those missed phone calls and unread WhatsApp messages at night, well, it translates into a really harsh financial reality. For a lot of clinics, we're talking about up to 30,000 rupees walking right out the front door every single month. At an average consultation fee of 500 rupees, that's like 8 to 12 bookings lost every week, simply because nobody was around to answer a quick question. So let's break down why this is happening. In Section 1, the after-hours problem. Picture this stark contrast for a second. On one side, you've got your busy receptionist. They're fielding 80 to 120 calls a day, basically answering the exact same questions about fees and timings on an endless loop. They're doing their best, but they're human, right? They need to sleep and they clock out around 7 p.m. But then look at the patient's reality. People are scrolling their phones, actively trying to book appointments on WhatsApp at 9 p.m. or maybe on a lazy Sunday morning. When they message your clinic and get absolute silence, what do? They just Google the clinic down the road and book there instead. Moving right along to Section 2. Meet your WhatsApp AI. Now, what's really interesting here is that this isn't just another one of those super frustrating, clunky chatbots that make you press 1 for this, 2 for that. It's a 24/7 conversational digital receptionist. It automatically books appointments around the clock, even while you're asleep. It actively pings patients with 24-hour and 1-hour reminders. It instantly answers all those repetitive FAQs, and it even follows up after the visit. And the real game changer? It communicates totally naturally on an app that 500 million Indians are already checking constantly, every single day. Okay, Section 3, real results in 60 days. Because theory is great, but we gotta see the proof. Look at this jump right here. This is from an actual clinic. Before AlphaX stepped in, they were averaging about 67 bookings per week. After just 60 days of using the AI to scoop up all those late-night messages, their weekly bookings shot up to 94. That is an irrefutable 40% increase, literally just by being digitally available when the patients actually wanted to book. And the impact on no-shows? Even crazier. Remember that painful 28% average we talked about earlier? Well, in this specific clinic's case, their no-show rate was sitting at a really alarming 31%. But once those automatic WhatsApp reminders kicked in, that rate plummeted to just 9%. Nearly 3 times more patients are actually showing up for the slots they booked. Now, I know what some clinic owners are probably thinking. Wait, am I supposed to fire my staff? Actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. This AI is saving 3 to 4 hours of staff time every single day. Since your receptionist isn't manually typing out your clinic timings 50 times an afternoon, they essentially get a promotion. They get all that time back to focus on complex face-to-face patient care while the AI handles the heavy administrative lifting. The shift in the daily vibe of the clinic is just huge. In fact, the doctor who owns this clinic told the AlphaX team something really powerful. They literally said that for the first time ever, it feels like the clinic is running itself. I mean, think about that. That's the ultimate peace of mind right there. Finally, Section 4, how the technology works. Let's peek under the hood real quick. The whole flow is beautifully simple. It's just a clean 4-step journey. First, the patient shoots a message to your clinic on WhatsApp. Second, the AI reads it and actually understands the intent, like it knows if they need a knee consultation or if they're just asking if you have parking. Third, it checks your calendar and instantly locks in the slot. And fourth, it sends a secure confirmation right back to the patient. It's all running on the official WhatsApp Business API, so it's totally secure and trained exclusively on your clinic's specific rules. And hey, if you're dreading some massive headache-inducing tech integration, don't. The whole setup takes maybe 7 to 14 days and requires 0 coding from you. AlphaX handles the whole shebang. Plus, the AI is actually smart enough to know its own limits. If a patient flags an emergency or asks complex medical questions, the system instantly routes them straight to you and your human staff. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. The big question for you right now is, are you ready to stop losing sleep and potentially 30 grand a month over missed messages and empty waiting room chairs? If you are, you should definitely grab your free AI audit with Alpha X to see exactly how this fits into your specific practice. But I want to leave you with a much bigger, much cooler question to think about. As AI seamlessly takes over all the boring administrative busywork, how much better could our actual human-to-human patient care become when doctors finally get their time back? Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.